Okay. So that's... Ah, right, that's those. That's you. That's the MSQ. That's dwarfen time. It's dwarfen time! I want a Zord. Okay, Lurik. Luke's very customary seat is empty and there's nothing to suggest he's occupied it recently. Perhaps someone would have noted his passing. Hey, Darlfort. Lurik's being a butt. You want to tell me how he's being a butt? Lurik, Mr. Lordling? If he ain't sat at his usual table, then I've no idea where else to look. You're not very helpful, Darlfort. Maytach? Our Master Reek, are we? I dare say you're the only one. Or it is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw him, he was moping about like someone shot his Amaro. Sure he'll turn up eventually. Tell us how you really feel. Told you, right? Lurik's partner. It was with Landbird, remember? I was out of strats, because after you left we headed straight to Raktika. Heard a rumor Andrea was there, and Landbird wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. Saw Landbird fail, and when we set our sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Good white, I still remember looking back as I ran, seeing Landbird rise to his feet. Told everyone it had happened to warn them off the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles. Not a one of them has returned. Didn't expect Lurik to be one of them neither. When we're thinking it odd. Especially when I saw him leave for Raktika alone. You meeting him there, I presume? Good luck, friend, but I have no doubt that you're going to your doom. Okay, so he went back to Raktika. Let's go talk to you. I've never seen so many people in one place. Fortunately, not one of them is our errant engineer. Where could he be? Wouldn't be surprised if he's whimpering in some corner, wishing he'd never come here. With all these big folk walking about, he's probably scared one of them will trip over him. Slap me arse and call me a Fuka. This is the second honest to God's dwarf I've seen today. Really? So where was the first? Over at the mean. Played in hide and seek by the looks of it. Maybe he was just lost? That's him. It's gotta be. Come on, Archon. Let's go and nab him before he runs off again. Yeah, definitely. Where? Come here. Come here. Whee! This is the mean, eh? The name, I thought it'd be full of scowling faces, but they all seem quite friendly. Anyway, where'd Ronat get to? Ah, found him. Well, at least one of us has the eyes to see things. Oh, hey, he brought his automata with him. So many of them, so sodden tall. Wish Archon near here. Beep. Archon detected. Archon. Oh. Oi! Watch it, short arse. Wow! That was rude. So when you heard that Archon was staying in the Crystarium, you came here looking for her? It's quite the journey for one so young. Getting here was easy. Starting conversations was hard. Every time I try giving someone a good old-fashioned lolly, how they look at me like I'm daft or something. Never mind all that. You found Archon in the end. Or she found you, more like. Come to think of it, why were you looking for her in the first place? It's simple, really. I always thought Archon was just a, I don't know, helpful traveler or some such. The chief tells me she's a hero who risked life and limb to save the world. When I heard that, I thought it's only right I'd do the same. Trouble is, I'm not sure where to start. I'm not going back to Tomra until I find a way to prove myself your equal. While I'm not much of a fighter, there are other ways I can help those in need. Because unlike the rest of my village, who can't think beyond their next pint of ale, I've got big dreams, ambitions. No, there's nothing wrong with a well-earned drink or 10 after a hard day's work, but that's besides the point. How can you hope to compete with someone like Archon? Or 10? Okay. You might be known as the greatest warrior the world's ever seen. There's one thing I can do better than you. Crafting. I'm a crafter too, you fluffy bearded nincompoop. What? You must be joking. Now there's a surprise. Had I known sooner, I'd have asked you to help her on the mean. If you have a moment to spare, come and see me. All sorts of tasks lines up for a master craftswoman. Trust me to make friends with one of those annoying people who's good at everything. Suppose there's no need to make it into a competition, though. Why don't we, what's the word? Cooperate. There might be someone around here who needs our help. How about you, miss? Got anything that needs mending? Or maybe one of my patent automata can carry out a few menial tasks? Where to begin? Did receive a report a few days ago of a caravan of merchants being attacked by roving sin eaters, not far from Solon. While they were able to escape without any casualty, they had no choice but to abandon almost all the produce they were transforming. For it's only a matter of time until it happens again. Is there anything you can do? Sin eaters? Bugger that! This fetch-o-matic mecha toad might come in handy. A few extra spiky bits should do the trick. On second thought, it might take more than that. I'll need somewhere to use as a workshop to carry out some modifications. Mean to say you build these yourselves? Certainly is imposing. In a way only a 3-wheeled mechanical frog can be. Now there's a fine compliment if ever I heard one. I think this example of dwarven engineering was lovingly crafted by young Ronnet here. He is a descendant of the great blacksmith Watts, and well on his way to becoming the pride of Tomra in his own right. Yes, judging by the quality of his work, I can see why. In fact, I have a proposal. If you're willing to lend us your expertise, we can arrange space for you to use as a workshop. Really? I say space, that's essentially all there is. We'd planned to build a storehouse near the Austral Imperative, but we had to divert our resources elsewhere, and it was never completed. Seems to me you put it to good use. Well, a friend of Archon's is a friend of ours. That's very generous of you, miss. We'll turn that place into a first-class workshop in 2 shakes of a newborn's beard. Excellent. I'll inform those of the Imperative, so they aren't too surprised when automata start appearing out of the blue. Suggest we make yourself known to Lorathia, who owns the land. She's a regular at the Clearmelt Springs, so try there first. Sounds like some meeting and greeting is in order. I reckon it'll go a lot smoother if they're there to cover for me in the likely event I put my foot in it somehow. I also have no bloody idea how to get there, so lead the way. And I do. I mean, that's a crystalline. I mean, where is Clearmelt? Oh, way out there. Okay. So this is Clearmelt, eh? Funny name for a bunch of rocks and a couple of ponds, if you ask me. More importantly, where's that Lorathia person? You there, old crone. Looking for Lorathia. You know where she is? About to kick you in the teeth. You called me an old crone again and I'll rip that silly beard off and shove it down your throat, you mouthy little gobshite. But if it's Lorathia you're after, you're looking at her. What do you want? Atlas sent you, did she? If she thinks you're alright, it's good enough for me. So tell me, what are you planning to make in this workshop of yours? Don't go thinking you can impress me with a lot of technical jargon. I was an engineer myself, you know. I hit no. Thank you, mouse, for suddenly jumping. Welcome to the workshop, or workshop to be, I suppose I should call it. Either way, this is where Watt's vision will become reality. Although, I have to admit it's not going to be as easy as I've made it out. Having you here does make the task seem less daunting, though. Even though I was a bit miffed at first to hear you're into crafting as well. So you know my thunder and all. Glad we've got something in common. If you can lend a hand between whatever it is the Warrior of Darkness does the rest of the time, it'd mean the world to me. So what do you say, Arkham? Will you help me? What the world needs now is tanks. Sweet tanks. Of course I'll help. Phew, I was worried you was going to say no for a moment there. Now let's make some tanks. But before that, there's a few things we need to get in order. We don't get much done without something at least resembling a workshop. If you're in the mood for helping, maybe you could rustle me up some basic supplies. Got a list of everything I need. Anything with even a passing interest in handicrafts should be able to manage it, so I'm sure you'll be fine. There's another example of my incredible foresight. I've already had them fetch a Mechatoad, collect a load of random, potentially very useful materials on the way over. There should be enough. If you somehow manage to bugger it up, don't worry. I've got plenty more. I'll be taking care of the rest of the preparation, so come and see me when you're done. 1 crate of workshop supplies. Just regular. Oh wait, that's the wrong button. Hello. Can I help you? You want me to say hello? Ow! Ow! Get your claw out of my leg, please. All done? Let's see what you brought me then. You whip your tail back and forth, you whip your tail back and forth. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting it to be quite this good. Not showing off, are you? Me and the Mechatoad will take care of the rest, so you go and put your feet up for a bit. Don't want you taking all the credit now. Is this what you want? Do you want chin scratches? Is that why you're bothering me? Oh, you weren't done? Pat, 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 give me more pets. There you are. Welcome to What's Anvil. 2 of you did all this? Can't believe it. Is that you, Ronit? Oh, I hardly recognize you. Have you done something with your beard? Well spotted, Carrot. According to the legends, Watts had a brown beard and white horns. Seeing as I'm his descendant, I thought I'd follow suit. Now we've got a proper workshop. We can get started on making a prototype of the rolling tankard. Tell the truth, I'm not used to having this sort of pressure. Still, I've got you and the others here to do the heavy, essential tasks. So I'm sure everything will go exactly as planned. Speaking of essential tasks, we'll be handling the supply of the various parts and whatnot, so come and see me when you're ready to show us those skills of yours. Ronit and his fellow dwarves have thrown themselves wholeheartedly into their newest enterprise, namely to provide trundling death machines for the needy. Seems reasonable. So we have now unlocked the dwarves. Usual stuff. Okay, and then we have our dwarven dailies. We have Lakeland Neighbors, a blueprint for a day, and Foundations of Steel. As you know, we're going to need a bloody mountain of bits and pieces to make our tanks. Fucker me if the soldiers of the castles didn't kindly offer to help out. So in exchange for them sharing their supplies, we've promised to fix up their gear and whatnot. little give and take, you understand. Already sent a tanker over to Oswald to start repairing equipment, but he's working all on his own. Could probably use a hand. Look, you've got 2 of them. Do you know what it's like to be too clever for your own good? Of course you do. Try as we might, we dwarves just can't stop birthing ideas. Our minds are like broken dams of creativity. The only problem is that we have so many ideas that we plumb right out of the materials to write them down with. We're quite particular about what we use to immortalize our designs. Can't expect us to be satisfied with any run-of-the-mill ink and parchment. If they were made one with your talents over, I'm sure everyone would be more than happy. Quartermaster at Fort Job should have the supplies you need, but he's always going to and fro gathering what needs gathering. It's really a matter of luck whether he's there now or not. Foundations of Steel. So, you've been wandering about the anvil for a while now. What all the myriad materials we produce here, what do you reckon is the one we use the most on a day-to-day basis? If you guess steel plates, then congratulations! Seems your eyes are as keen as your hands. Neat. The sound of a hammer on steel is the sound of creation here at the anvil. The worth of anything from a simple chest to a tank fit for combat. Just like your eyes and your hands, I suppose your mind is keen enough to gather what I might be asking you to make next, then. We're constantly running low on steel sheets, and the whole of the anvil would be grateful if you'd made a few for us. Go and see our smithy over at Weathering and tell him I sent you. Can I help you? Are you trying to get down, or are you trying to demand attention? It's the second one. No. No. It was get down. I mean, that's... I'm sorry, is the plastic in the way of your cardboard boxing? Oh, did Regic send you? Send you 2? Brilliant. Plenty of arms and armors to knock back into shape, but not enough parts to mend them. I'd appreciate it if you could take these cut-offs and put together 3 repair kits for mending hasps, scabbards, and the like. You ought to cough up more materials if you need them. Otherwise, you can just drop them in my lap when you're done. Armament repair kits. Normal. Oh, that is quality. We just want progress. One. Two. Three. Laliho? You know those repair kits I needed? Yeah, sure. Let me find them. Aye, that's the stuff. In fact, these kits might be better quality than the gear I mean to fix. Right, I best get to work. You can head on back to Riggett and tell them we're holding on up on our side of the bargain. 1 down. I was gonna say, I can fly here. Why did you not go airborne? Welcome back, Basil. How goes the chaos? So fill your food bowl then.
What? What? Is your food bowl empty?
Is it food time, Basil? Food time is a good time. That's good. Keep it that way. So you're the one that meant help with the blueprints, huh? Good, good. I have a keen eye for materials, but when it comes to actually putting them together, I'm all thumbs. It's the other dwarves that don't get... If the other dwarves don't get what they need, we'll soon have a riot on our hands. Nothing's worse than having an idea stew in your head with no way to let it into the world. I suppose we should start by having you make the most essential materials. Paper. 2 large sheets should do. More than enough to fit in even the most labyrinthine of designs. Takes those materials, and if you run out for any reason, the automaton will be happy to oblige you with more. Once you've done your part, make haste to the anvil and deliver supplies to Regit. Doubtless there are many workers who are going positively nutty for all the ideas trapped in their noggins. Mood. That is a mood. One piece of paper. Two pieces of paper. We're helping the dwarves figure out how to build a tank to fight sin eaters. This is amazing. Well, right now we're doing the dailies in between, but that's like the general quest line. Leave me alone. What's up? Take you to the crafter is meant to save my arse, as Regit put it. He was quite effusive in regards to your skills in his way. Leave him in half his blustering is true, though. But I'm glad to have you. The materials we can gather here are altogether different from those we have in Clusia. We have our hands full trying to keep up with increasing demand. Any way you could help us would be a godsend. Proper sheet of metal has to be scoured to a mirror shine. For that we need the proper tools. Here, take these and let's see what you can come up with. If for whatever reason we run out of materials, just get some more from the automaton. Once you're finished, we'll bring the materials to Regit at once. Doubtless he is eager to begin ramping up production. Steel plate components. Honk. 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 1. 2. 3 steel plate components. Let's go back to Regit. Regit? Regit? I don't know. Little dwarf dude. Where are you, buddy? There you are. Back already, are you? How fares our tinkerer? Is it Perry the platypus? Sounds like he was well pleased with your contribution. Thanks for that, Archon. We're guests in this neck of the woods after all, and I reckon it's wise we stay on the garrison's good side. You You should put a hat on him. I painted a cottage with moss this morning. Now, I know what you're thinking. You painted a cottage with moss on its roof? No. I used moss to paint a cottage. Best way we can repay our hospitality, though, is to make our tanks as good as they can be. The protection we'll give to the merchant caravans will mean one less headache for the soldiers to worry about. One dwarven thing. The other materials? I do hope so. I can feel my budding ideas withering away. Scratch him into the stone or something, dude. Stop being so pretentious. These will do nicely. Even the most ambitious design starts with a blueprint, and so the ink and parchment are tools equally as important as the hammer and anvil. Have you never written a plan on a napkin with crayon? I reckon this should keep us settled for a while yet. But as I said before, the flow of ideas is constant. I may have need of your services again sooner rather than later. Ah, you returned. Trust there were no more insurmountable hurdles this time around? Perfection? With this, we can produce even more sheets than we were before. That means more metal for everyone. We use the sheets for everything from our helmets to our homes to our tanks. We'll never be without need for them. Or for your expert hand. Okay, that is all our dailies for today. Should have pixies and dwarves ready for rank up next time, but now we can go back to being a monk. We can look for Lurik and Raktika again.